Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is June 15, 2022, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, Bitcoin continues to tank to new lows for the year. Now looking at the major economic events of the day, big events happening today. Starting out at 2:30 South African time, we have core retail sales coming out of the United States, and then at 8 p.m. tonight, out of the United States, FOMC rate decision. It's an interest rate decision, very important, and is sure to rattle the markets. Now, starting out with the Forex symbols, the major pairs are on support. While we're looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ are consolidating. Gold and oil pretty much unchanged. In terms of the stocks, Facebook makes new record lows for the year at $163. And lastly, Bitcoin continues to fall as mentioned. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. We're looking at the Euro USD at a daily, and we're already getting going. We're already bouncing off of our lows. We hit a low of 103.30-ish level. We're right now trading at 104.90-ish level. A nice big bounce for the euro as we're expecting this big numbers to come out. Now looking at the GBP USD, also bouncing at this area 120. If we're looking at the Aussie dollar, also bouncing at this area. Now I do expect the bouncing to continue, okay, as this major number is going to come out later today. Now looking at the Dow Jones is trading at 30,442. Not as sharp as I would have expected to, but expect a short squeeze. Okay, we can expect to get up to the 31,700-ish level. That's where I would presume we could get up to if we do get that boost, because it's short covering. It's a short squeeze, and that's sure to move the markets. Now looking at the NASDAQ, also getting at support at 11,400-ish level after selling off quite aggressively from 13,000 down to 11,000. It's a 2,000 point move. So that's a major retracement there. Now looking at commodities, gold bouncing this morning, 18.21. It was just really unchanged at the morning. And looking at crude oil, also unchanged at 119. Okay. However, I do expect some volatility to show us the way today as the FOMC rate decision comes out. Now, looking at the individual stocks, Facebook at 163, a new record low for the year. As you can see that we hit that low, and that means we can continue going lower. Okay, so looking at a weekly chart, our next real support level is 140-ish level. So keep that in mind. Next one after that is 129. So, if we don't get the bounce here, we may see that continue to fall. Now, looking at Apple, consolidating. It was on the lows, okay, but consolidating. Looking at Microsoft, also made new lows, but it's sustaining it at 244 and holding its own right here as it's making that correctional move. Now, I do expect it to bounce at a certain point. I do expect it to bounce. I think that the market sold off in order to bounce. I don't know if that makes sense for the FOMC rate decision. So keep that in mind as that unfolds later today. Looking at Tesla holding its own, and JP Morgan on new lows for the year as well. So, the stocks are weak across the board. There's nothing really holding it up. However, I do, like I said, there's a certain spot where you do expect that second bounce to come in, and I wonder if it's going to happen later today. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin, look at that, 21,195. We continued selling off, even though we sold off in the 25,000-ish area, and then 23, and now we're at 21. So looking at supportish level, our next supportish level, as mentioned, is 16,400. So we still have room to go down on the downside, at least in the Fibonacci retracement levels. Okay, so keep that in mind as this continues. Now, this is something as a postscript. Look at the Canadian dollar. Look at this massive rip over the past couple of days that we've gone from 125 up to 129. Now, this is on the back of oil, right? Oil, as the price of oil goes up, so does the Canadian dollar. So this is a bit, challenging as to what's going on there, because I would expect oil to stay stronger at 120, the Canadian dollar to be stronger at 125, maybe 120-ish level, but it's getting weaker to 129. So keep that in mind. We do have resistance-ish area at these levels as well, so keep that in mind. So this is just a postscript and as an additional thing. Today is going to be volatile, especially later in the day, so just make sure to put in that stop losses, take profits accordingly so you can protect yourself. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.